Let me introduce myself. I am the narrator, created by zeros and ones. For many months this channel has been struggling to find a method of presentation that enabled the content to come to the fore without the distraction of voiceovers from someone who really does not know how to do it effectively. Rather than buying in talent, it seemed logical, given the focus on AI, to create me, a traveler in time. What I see will be what you see, and I will take my colleague R9 with me on these travels through the lens. We will also hear the audio as our abode is actually in the same program of editing where these clips are produced.
And I am R9, the sidekick of the narrator. I suppose we are a bit Jules Verne-esque, as I guess it's a bit Phileas Fogg and Passepartout. And together we will take on board the task of creating likable and thoughtful content based on what we see, what we hear, and in the true sense of the documentary genre, hopefully without comment.
Today's clip is about resolving a transport issue up at the coast. We need to base a vehicle at the flat on the Norfolk coast, as although the town is accessible by train and bus, the location of the property still requires 4 wheels for local use.
And was the vehicle expensive to purchase, tax, and insure?
Everything is relative, but the budget was £3,000 British, with the tax at 20 quid and insurance at £1 a day with the NFU. Once we had acquired the vehicle, we brought it back to the studio and started with a massive cleaning day to bring the vehicle up to an
And did this take long?
It probably would have been a lot quicker without the vehicle being trialed as a potential micro-camper.
And was it difficult to clean the polycarbonate roof?
Actually, there was a proprietary polycarbonate cleaner in the shed, so this problem was dealt with, using a spot of elbow grease. So with tire pressures checked, fluids checked, the car is ready for the trip to the coast.
And did it take you very long to get to the coast?
About an hour, as we had to go via the southern bypass and the northern distributor, as the boundary in Norwich is all shot with roadworks. Once we came down off the Holdcromer Ridge, the wind farm was visible out to sea, and then it was just a question of driving through the town to the flat. On the way we introduced ourselves to the local garage for future maintenance, as well as topping up the fuel tank so that the Smart has a full range at the point we dropped it off.
Did you get a chance to do anything else before catching the train back to Norwich?
Well, yes. As it was lunchtime, we nipped into Tesco for a sandwich which we took back to the flat, and then there was a familiarization of the controls for the car. After that, we walked up through the town, which was quite busy as it usually is, and had the opportunity to go and look at the Then it was just a question of catching the flirt back to the city via Cromer, North Walsham, Houghton and Wroxham, Salhouse, and finally back home to Norwich, which ended this clip. So until our next adventure, from both R9 and myself, it's goodbye and back to zeros and ones.